Hey guys, Zueljin here and welcome back to the channel. Today we are playing a little bit of a very old school MMO as well as doing a channel update. First off, we'll cover the gameplay and then a little bit later on in the video I'll just talk to you a little bit about what I'm doing. First and foremost, I'll have you know that even though I haven't uploaded to this channel for a while, I've still been uploading to my Roguelike channel that I created over the last several months, and we're doing pretty well over there. If you love roguelike content, I'd love to have you subscribe to that channel. You can find it in a link in the description, and we're well on our way. I'm trying to get to 5,000 subscribers before the year ends, so come help me out if you would. Back to City of Heroes Homecoming. This is the server that I've been playing on for the last few months, and I've been having a lot of fun on it. This game is all about creating a superhero or supervillain, and it's a regular MMORPG. You got missions, you got grouping, you got all sorts of things, and I'm just gonna show you one of the characters that I have been playing today. So my you'll notice a pattern with my names here. I have been playing this character lately, which is an electric control Dark Assault Dominator named Zenith, and for those of you that are wondering how to play this game, it's absolutely free. You can go to the website in the description and install the game, set up an account, do all the fun stuff, and play yourself. So City of Heroes was originally an NCSoft game that was released, oh man, I don't know, it's been years. I forget the actual date, but it doesn't do you any good to know. Just know that it's very, very old. So the graphics may be a little dated, but I can assure you that doesn't take away from the experience, okay? I've been playing a lot of old school MMOs, specifically the emulated ones like Star Wars Galaxies and City of Heroes for a little while. And I have a lot of fun on this server. It's one of these things that it's like my guilty pleasure. I don't record much of my gameplay, and I don't really do much of anything besides just jump on and play for an hour or two at a time. Sometimes I get in some groups, make another character, whatever have you. But I have a large set of powers here that is kind of based on an archetype that I chose, which is called Dominator. He's a controlling or a crowd controlling type character, and he uses electricity for major control spells that give me a ton of different things, like I can confuse my enemies or stop them from moving or put them to sleep, and all sorts of things like that. And I also have these dark blast abilities, which allow me to kind of do damage to groups of enemies or single target enemies, and with different effects. And there's all of these little circles you see are enhancements, and those are things to give you enhancements to each one of your powers. For instance, this increases the accuracy on a power by 30%. Okay, so when you slot this in, you get 30%, and you can see that after you slot quite a few things to one power, you'll have things that you'll have stats that increase. Okay, overall values of the stats increase to make your powers more effective. So you can build characters a ton of different ways, and I am not one of the experts of the game. Okay, there are people that know a ton about this game, but I'll just show you how it goes. So when you start the game off, you'll be very, very low level here, and you'll start right here, just right in front of this big statue of Atlas in Atlas Park. And this girl here, Miss Liberty, she'll help you, train up to the next levels when you gain some experience. And for you to gain experience, my UI is a little custom, by the way, but for you to gain experience, you go around and you will meet random encounters, or actually do missions from contacts. There's a load of contacts that you can find within each zone. You can start talking, you can go find them just like this, okay? And you'll see that at the top corner of my screen, it'll show me that I can go to a contact. It's located 233 away. I can just go to them, talk to me. They'll give me missions based on the level that's appropriate. And if they're not of the appropriate level, they'll actually just send me on my way to another contact. They'll introduce me to another contact. And once you talk to them a little bit, you can call them up, you can use their cell phone number or whatever, and all sorts of stuff. So I have some missions in other zones that are really high level, but just to show you how the game progresses, I have a bunch of powers here that are giving me some buffs. And what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to activate one of my travel powers, my fly spell here. And I'm just going to look around the city for villains to stop. Now you can see here that this little blood brother Chopper is trying to steal this poor lady's purse. Okay, he's got a friend that's kind of cheering him on too. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go down there and I'm gonna be a superhero and stop him. Okay, right now they're very low levels. Okay, and I'm probably just going to kill them here. Let's see. Oh yeah, he's dead. He's completely dead. So unfortunately, this is not the best way to showcase the way the game goes, but I'll go ahead and just show you one of the powers from Dark. This is my sniper blast, and yeah, I'm gonna take him out and he's dead too. Now, when you end up killing enemies like this, usually the citizen that you saved will come up to you and thank you, and sometimes give you one of these. These are inspirations, and they're sort of like potions. You could use them to heal or buff yourself or even resurrect yourself after combat. Okay, so I have a couple of teleport powers here. Let me go into one of the zones that I'm currently doing a battle in, and it's the Rikti war zone, or a mission that I've undertaken, and just go through the mission and show you guys how it goes. Something more of your level. Now, you can increase the difficulty of these missions and kind of emulate the fact that you'd be playing with team members. So I can set a mission for +1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 levels higher than I really am. Okay, and I can also set the number of team members that I have. So essentially me saying that, okay, I want to play like there's 5 people on my team. You just go and say that there's more people on your team than you actually need. Okay, so this place is a little complicated to get out of. It's the Rikti war zone. The Rikti are a race of aliens that have invaded, and once you get out, though, we're gonna just fly around here. And I'm also stealth, so things shouldn't see me right offhand. I have a stealth ability activated, and there are a number of enemies out here, but none of them are really high level. So I have a mission here. Let's see what my mission is. My mission is to go to strike Rikti assault group. Okay, that's the mission that I have now. I'm gonna have to take this this area in, and I suppose I just have to talk to him. Yep, he's gonna send me in the helicopters. First time I did this mission. Some of them are a little bit different, the way that you access them, but you get zoned into an instance here, and you can see from a map it's all black. This looks like a good place for a pleasant stroll, not for a battle with alien invaders. Okay, so what we have to do now is defeat the Rikti leader Sultar. Okay, and it doesn't tell me where he is, so I have to go around the zone looking for him. And well, there's a lot of enemies just right here. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'll show you guys a real fight. And oh well, there's actually some enemies right here. I'll show you guys a real fight, and then we'll jump into looking for the actual boss here. So with stealth, you could kind of do this. I'm going to use some of my powers right now to kind of confuse them. This is one of my favorite abilities right now. This is actually this Synaptic Overload. It basically confuses a target enemy and it spreads to some of the other ones. So let me go ahead and use that. And you can see that it's spreading to the other ones and they're fighting amongst each other. Okay, so they're going to do damage. Now, if enemies like this kill each other, and you don't do any damage to them, they'll actually kill you. I mean, they'll actually, they won't give you any experience, unfortunately. Okay, so I'm getting hurt a little bit here. So I'm going to use a variety of powers just to kind of freeze my enemies here. And this is one of the big ones that I have right now. You can see that the cooldown on this sucker is like 2 minutes in, but the hold is absolutely insane. Another thing that I do with these type of enemies is something that I haven't done yet. Is I have a couple pets. You get these as a Dominator or a controller, depending on what your powers are. And these are two like electricity elementals, and they kind of do some damage for me. Okay, I'm getting hurt a little bit here because I'm doing a lot of talking, but let's go ahead and just finish up this battle. But yeah, I have a variety of powers here. You can see that I'm getting all sorts of drops here, like loot, Vanguard merits, and all sorts of things. There's a ton of different systems in the game that allow you to essentially get perks and buy upgrades and vanity stuff and all sorts of things, right? So let's go into Fly and let's search for this enemy here. We're looking for the leader, Sultar. Now, they're usually deeper into a zone like this, and you'll see them. Sometimes they have a little bit of voice dialogue and stuff that they'll be doing. They'll be talking about something like their plans to take over or whatever the mission is. But essentially, you find well, that was an orange guy right here. That's Chief Soldier. Okay, this is not it, but this is a good fight for XP. So I'm gonna go down here and get it. But yeah, being able to use a superhero with all these powers, really fun stuff. It gets to where you just want to see what types of powers you're going to have available next to you. Because when you start at level 1, you only have a couple of beginning powers that you start with within your power sets. And I'm sleeping right now. Something put me to sleep. But as you level up, you get more powers to use and more enhancement slots, and after a little while, you're doing what I'm doing. You're flying around, using powers in big groups of enemies and stuff like this. These guys are getting on my nerves, man. Thankfully, my pets are doing their thing. Is one of the reasons I chose to use this character, just to showcase the game, is that I did not want to have to really worry about trying to survive except for one big battle. One big battle. So these zones, this outside zone right here, there's plenty of different zones and instances and stuff like that. But essentially, you'll have office buildings, you have cave systems, you'll have all sorts of things. This is an open area mission, and that's why it's you'll see these invisible borders, because you don't really know where to go next. But sometimes these zones will have a lot more infrastructure that you'll need to kind of dig in behind. All right, there he is. I found him. Let's go down and greet him. You can see that his status right here is boss, and he's level 43. I'm level 43, so he's even level with me, but because he has a boss tag, he's actually a couple levels higher than me, is how the game grades it. A lieutenant is 2 levels higher than me, and regular minions are on the same level as me, is how it goes, all right? So what we want to do is just we want to do as much damage as possible to him in a very short amount of time. So my pets ended up dying while I was exploring. Let me go ahead and summon them again, and I'm gonna just show you guys what it's all about here. So let's jump in. Let's go to Gather Shadows, which is going to give me a big upgrade to my power, my accuracy, and the ability to actually dominate my opponents with control spells here. And I'm just gonna let him have it, bro. We're gonna go ahead and put some sleet on him too. And you can see that I'm building a bar right here, which is called Domination, and I'm also getting some endurances is draining from me too. When I lose enough endurance, I can't use any of my powers, and a lot of my toggle powers turn off. So I'm going to use an inspiration right here in order to get a little bit more endurance. And I'm going to finish with this guy. He broke free of my hold, but I held him again, and my pets are just going to finish with him. And that's the mission, bruh. So we got a bunch of experience because of that, and we got something called a Vanguard merit, which is like sort of like a merit currency for this specific these mission types. Okay, so once you finish a mission, you just hit exit. You end up getting out of the zone, and you go and talk to your contact again, and that's pretty much the game loop. Now, the real fun comes when you get into teams and you playing a certain role. And for this game, teams work so well together. Like you can see people will be in the chat, just always talking about looking for teams or starting specific instance missions, and you could basically find all of these different types of missions that you want to do with specific reward sets and things like that. So it's a lot of fun. Let me show you the character creation real quick. So when you jump into the game for the first time, you'll have to create a character naturally, and there's a lot of options to choose from here. This could be a little bit intimidating, but essentially know that there's no wrong choices, and even if you just pick a character that you don't like, you have like 1,000 character slots or something crazy like that. So you can literally make as many characters as you want. What I would suggest is to start with Primal Earth, which is the default option, and play a hero. Okay, this is most of the videos and tutorials that you'll watch are all about the hero side. There's a whole villain side and all sorts of stuff, but and I usually pick magic because, well, I just do. A lot of the characters and influence that I use in character creation come from magic, but it's completely up to you, and these play very little role in how your character is going to perform. Okay, you can pick your play style here, which there's no wrong choice again, and you can pick whatever you want, and you can go back to these choices. Like if I pick tank and I go to the archetype, pick tanker, go next, and look through these power sets and decide that's not what I want, you could just click archetype again and select another type, or you can click playstyle again and select something else. There's a ton of different classes to play. I love pet classes, and there are a number here like Dominator, Mastermind, Arachno Soldier, and Controller. But if I had to suggest one to you, just to start off, it would be either a Blaster for range damage, because these will make you really feel like a superhero, or a Brute. Those two classes will really make you feel like a superhero and have some fun with them. Okay, so let's just go range damage right now, and then we'll go next. We'll select a Blaster as our archetype, and you'll see that they have all of the different stats here that are shown to kind of tell you where their strengths and weaknesses are, okay, and a little bit about the characters. So we pick Blaster here, and you can look at a ton of different abilities and what they are. If you click on any of them, it'll show you what the power set's for, and you can go and read the type of damage and stuff that they'll do. Not only that, if you want to learn how they look, let's say we just pick Water Blast, we go to our secondary power and pick Water Manipulation. Do we have Water Manipulation either? No, we don't. Okay, I'll pick Ice Manipulation. Fine, whatever the case may be. Okay, you pick the size of the character that you want and the sex. You can even customize them further with these sliders and stuff like that. But you pick your character and you can select different colors, suits. There's a bunch of different custom classes here. Let's say that we wanted to I don't know, recreate a character from the Mortal Kombat universe style deal. So let's pick a female. Let's change her colors to red, and I want to give her I like this look, but I want to change her her hairdo. Okay, we could go down to hair and change it to a bunch of different things. Okay, that's a nice hairdo. But there's a ton of different character options. Like you can custom design your character from the ground up. I'm just kind of showcasing the ability to do it quickly here. So that's the character creator in a nutshell, and I've been able to create some pretty interesting characters. Zenith is the one that I was playing before, but Bernay was my original character in live, as well as another character called Juice, which is an energy blaster. I was playing around with a plant controller, another variation of electric controller, a tanker, and, well, a blaster that follows the same archetype as Neo in The Matrix with dual pistols, and he's a pretty fun character. And I'm actually going to play a little bit of him and just kind of do some post-commentary just to show you guys what I've been up to. So it's much easier for me to talk in post-commentary when I'm trying to not really focus on stuff, but not really pay attention to the game, because I typically want to talk about the game that I'm playing. It's just, I don't know, it's the commentary reflex in me or whatever, but it's a blessing and a curse. What can I say? Anywho, how have you guys been? It's almost Christmas time, y'all. It's almost 2026. The year is almost to an end, and man, I don't know about y'all, but gosh, what a year it's been, right? You had a lot of development in technology. An election just passed. We had crazy stuff happening all over the world. It seems like every day that I wake up, there's something new to pay attention to in the news and stuff. And I gotta tell you, now more than ever, it's such a good time to just play games for a living. You know, like you guys, y'all over the years, y'all probably seen a lot of sides of me, and you know, some of that personal stuff, it affects me, you know, and it affects everybody. Everybody's got stuff going on in their life, right? You know, but you know what I've never stopped enjoying? Watching gameplay content. I mean, as a person that consumes YouTube gaming content, I've still been watching it throughout the year. Still a lot of roguelike content that I watch, as well as I produce on the new channel. By the way, we have 190 videos done now on the other channel. It's I've been uploading almost every day for the last few months, man. For the last 5-6 months or something like that. It's going pretty good, and we're making our progress to 5,000 subscribers right now. I think I'm at like 4,500 or so, and it's good, man. Every once in a while I get a sponsorship offer on the channel and stuff, and get to do a sponsored video on a new game and stuff, and it's been a lot of fun. A lot of great roguelikes been coming out. I wish I could say the same thing about survival games. For a little while I've been disenchanted with survival games. I guess I just spent too much time in them. Content creation for some of those games really makes you weary when you play the same thing over and over again, like Ark Survival Evolved or Minecraft or whatever, and I gotta say that I thought I really missed them, because there's a few titles that have shown up over the last year that I tried to play, and it really didn't do it for me. The last one has been that I forget the name of it now. Ars Notoria, that's the one. So it came out, it's like a open world survival RPG, and I played it, I downloaded it. Guys, coming from, I mean, y'all have seen some of the stuff that I've played. Coming from a really, really deep place in my heart, I wanted to like this game so much. And matter of fact, when I saw it, I was like, this seems like a good game that I can play on my original channel. It's something that people would kind of jive with, because of the whole Ark Survival Evolved thing for years, and Conan and stuff. And with that being said, as a disclaimer, I know it's early access and it's supposed to have a lot of bugs, and I'm not saying that it'll be unplayable for you or anybody else. I'm saying that for me, I'm not ready. I'm not ready to play a game in that kind of state. Maybe later. I think that it'll be fun if it wasn't as broken as it was for me, okay? But for me to take a public stance on a game, I typically only play stuff that I like, and I don't talk bad about games at all. There was some elements of it that were interesting. I liked the skill-based learning, or at least conceptually liked it. I liked the fact that there was magic, and I liked the fact that it was open world and survival and base building elements and stuff like that. And it was a buggy mess. It was almost unplayable. Like, I tamed a horse at one point, and that sucker started teleporting all over. Matter of fact, first, he got spooked because I got off of him to pick some plants or something like that. He got spooked, and he never got unspooked. Like, it was acting like it was being attacked over and over and over again, and constantly just bucking, and I couldn't do nothing about it. I logged out the game, logged back in, same thing. Oh man, it was just it was bad. And you know, the monsters were teleporting all over the place. I had issues where I would try to equip an item and it wouldn't equip, or you were supposed to just be able to automatically equip items when you went up to a new thing. So let's say you were mining ore and then you just went to chop a tree. When you go to the tree and you interact with it, it's supposed to pull out your axe, and it wouldn't do that. I'd have to manually equip it. So a lot of the functions in the game that were supposed to be working a certain way weren't working the same way, and I actually asked for a refund after about 3 hours of trying it out. You know, it was a disappointment. I was like, you know, normally I don't mind stuff like early access game bugs and stuff like that. Matter of fact, sometimes they're quite charming. I really hated falling through the world on Ark Survival Evolved, but I put up with it because a long time because of content creation. You know, I had to cheat a lot of items back in just so I wouldn't lose like weeks and weeks of progress, you know, to continue the story of whatever the type of let's play I was doing was. And it's just, oh man, it was such a disappointment. So yeah, I still haven't found anything to play on the channel regularly, but you know, I've still been uploading the roguelike content almost every day and been having a lot of fun. Deck builders, guys, are my new favorite thing. God, they got some good ones. You know, if you enjoy card games or roguelike synergies at all, I've got some banger deck builders that I've been playing, man. You know, games like Slay the Spire for lack of better terminology, because most people know that one, you know. But yeah, so far been doing good, you know. The holidays have been good to me, and I think that the channel's moving right along. So still no definite plans of what to do with this channel, but you know, every once in a while I am planning on uploading to it. Maybe it's going to be a channel update video like this. Maybe it's going to just be simply fishing to get some of you guys to come over to the other channel, you know, because I mean, at one point I did captivate hundreds of thousands of people here. I'd like to get it close to the same way on the other channel, and it's just I guess I'm being limited a little bit by the algorithm on this one, but that's okay. You know, maybe this video reaches a few of you that didn't know about my roguelike channel, and yeah, it'll be nice to see you guys there. I still have people asking about Ark content on that channel, so I guess some people don't get the difference or whatever. Some people come on and I get a comment like, man, I don't know why YouTube unsubscribed to me, but I'm back. And I'm like, this is a different channel altogether, cuz. And they're like, oh snap, my bad. Well, hey, good to see you anyway, you know. So it's YouTube things, but I'm having a good time with it, you know. I've mostly, aside from the roguelikes that I've been trying out for the channel and recording, I've mostly been playing old school MMOs like City of Heroes, you know, City of Heroes, and I played Star Wars Galaxies for a few months. Haven't switched back to Ultima Online yet, but it's probably my next one in the rotation when I get completely tired of City of Heroes. There's some old school MMOs that I've never played before, so I might try them out too. Who knows, you know? But you know, a lot of people have also been asking, like, how's the other people that I used to record with it, you know? And if you look at the timelines, guys, you'll see that it's been, I mean, over 10 years for some of the content that I created in Ark. So I literally haven't talked to some of those guys for 6, 7, 8, 9 years. You know, it's been a long time for some of them. You know, I still talk with some of them here and there and message them, and I wish them all well. I have no ill will towards anyone, naturally. But yeah, I think everybody's doing well from the status updates that I get here and there from other people, you know, saying that, you know, those guys are still doing all right and stuff. It's good. So if I ain't talked to you for a while, you know, and we used to talk, holla at me, bro. You know, message me on Discord or whatever, you know, just hit me up. You know, you can always reach me at my email too if you don't know how to get in touch with me. Still Zueljin@gmail.com. It's not an invitation just to email me willy-nilly or whatever, but everybody and their mama, you know. But hey, you welcome to email me if you got something long-winded to say, or you don't have me on Discord or whatever. I can't promise I'll get to you right away, or I'll even reply to you if there's too many of them. But you know, judging with how dead this channel is, I probably won't get many emails. Anyway, guys, look, I just wanted to do a you know, a catch-up video, basically, just to tell you guys that I was doing all right, and to see if I could find some of my old subs to come over to the new channel. I'd love to see you over there at the new video for the new videos, and you know, if that's your thing, and if not, well, I hope you good. If I don't see you until then, I hope you have a good Christmas and a good New Year. Thanks so much for watching, guys. As always, this is Zueljin signing off. We'll see you next time.